Okay, guys, quick disclaimer. My mic was not working, so we are going to attempt a very interesting voiceover, as well as me having a sinus infection, so bear with me, and we will get through this. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Amber, and we are a homeschooling family of 2 kiddos, one in kindergarten and one in 5th grade. We will probably be wrapping up our school year sometime in mid-May, but we are already starting to think about and plan for the 2024-2025 school year. It's kind of tough right now with our kindergartner. With Keaton, we have been homeschooling him for 3 years, so I've been able to figure out his learning style and the things that he likes to learn about. But with Kenzie, we just started her in kindergarten this year, so hopefully within the next couple of years, we will be able to figure out her learning style and be able to pick curriculum better for her in the future. If you have not come across Jessica from the Waldock Way, I highly suggest that you follow her on YouTube. She not only has unit studies for sale on her website, but she also has a lot of free resources as well. And one of them is a sort of checklist for each grade level. I don't necessarily print things like this off to follow them word for word or subject for subject, but it is nice to have sort of a starting point and then kind of work from there. One of the great things about homeschooling is that you can teach your kids what you want and when you want. I really enjoy watching other YouTube videos of homeschool moms just to get an idea of what they are using, how they are doing things, but I don't necessarily do exactly what they're doing. Sometimes I don't agree with what they're doing, and that's okay. And then there are times where I will spin an idea off of what they're doing. Alright, so here I am showing you some examples of the checklist from Jessica's website. If I remember to, I will link it down below in the description box. But this checklist goes from preschool all the way to high school. And she even has a sheet to give you ideas of courses and what curriculum or subjects you can utilize for those courses to get those credit hours. All right, so now I am going to turn the camera around and kind of walk you through my thought process for picking out curriculum for my kiddos. All right, so I don't use anything fancy. I know a lot of mamas like to use spreadsheets and whatnot. I'm not so good at spreadsheets, and I prefer pen and paper, so I'm just using an old notebook, and inside I have a paper printed off for percentage and grades and GPAs, and then on the inside cover I have something that I picked up from another YouTuber, how to make your own unit studies, what am I going to read, what am I going to watch, and what am I going to write. I also have that 1 credit hour equals 1 credit equals 120 hours. And of course, if I use the notebook up before high school, I can always transfer to the new notebook. Alrighty, so this year we started doing a little bit of American Sign Language on our own with a book that I was given, but we did put that on the back burner, so I would like to try to find an ASL course. Somewhere our co-op does offer a course, so we may do that, and there are also courses on OutSchool as well. Okay, so we are going to start with Keaton first. Okay, so for math, we are going to stick with Math UC. That has really seemed to work out for both kiddos this year. Keaton is currently working through Gamma. Hopefully, we can continue to work through it a little bit throughout the summer, and by fall, he will be ready for Delta. If not, I will make sure to have it on hand so that we are ready to go when we have it. All right, and for language arts, we started Charlotte Mason's spelling wisdom and using language well this year. I'm not really sure that it is a curriculum that is for us, so I think we are going to switch to Fix It Grammar and Structure and Style. And for handwriting, I have heard very good things for Zahner Blosser. We did a little bit of cursive writing with Keaton this last year from a packet that we printed off of Teachers Pay Teachers. So I think we are going to try Zahner Blosser's cursive this year. And then for science, I would really love to do a subscription with Mel Science. However, I'm not sure that that's going to be a possibility this year. But we are going to do some unit studies. And the only one I have down right now is Marine Biology by The Good and the Beautiful. And then for social studies, the last 2 years we have used the Pearson textbooks, and I was able to find the next 2 levels of those books, so we are going to just continue with those. All right, and now for history, we are just going to do unit studies. I'm either going to try to find unit studies that are already made up, or I may put them together myself. I wanted to do the Holocaust for 6th grade, but Keaton has a morbid sense of humor right now, and I don't think that it would be an appropriate subject for him. So we are going to go with the Great Depression, the Gold Rush. I also think it would be interesting to do Helen Keller, touch a little bit on the presidents, and although we did study the Incas and the Mayas and that time frame, I would like to touch on the American Indians a little bit more. He is learning about them in his Pearson social studies books, but I'd like to go a little bit more in depth with that there. So for geography, we actually didn't do any geography this school year. So I would like to touch on it next year, at least a little bit. I do not have an idea of what I want to use for him. So if you have any suggestions, by all means, leave a comment down below for me and let me know what you think would be a good way to go with geography for 6th grade. And lastly, for Keaton, he really loves to play video games and likes to play around with Scratch coding. However, he's kind of outgrowing that. And I found a class called Unreal Game Design and Coding on OutSchool. I don't know if it's going to be an option, as it is $144 for the class. However, I would like to keep that option open. If not for now, maybe sometime in the future for sure, because we want to help support their interests and kind of let them lead the way. Okay, so for Kinsey, of course, I would like to continue American Sign Language if at all possible. As far as science goes, I would like to do The Good and the Beautiful, Fields and Flowers science unit. We did not do any science this year. The only thing we've been working on for kindergarten is Matthew C., and All About Reading Level 1. But for science, we want to go with The Good and the Beautiful, Fields and Flowers. And then for math, Kenzie will be continuing at Matthew C. She is going to finish up primer in the next probably 3 weeks or so. And I'd like to work a little bit through the summer if possible. We will see if time allows for that, but she will be starting alpha. I want to start a little bit of geography this year for Kenzie. First grade year. I did find on christianbook.com an Evan Moore book called Beginning Geography. And we also did not really work on or focus on handwriting this year for Kenzie. My main goal was beginner math and, of course, starting her on reading. So we are going to work on handwriting. And like Keaton, we are going to try the Zahner Blosser, of course, the lower levels. And then for spelling, we have not touched on spelling yet this year. We are going to go with All About Spelling Level 1. And then, of course, for reading, we are going to continue our level 1 for All About Reading. And then once we finish that up, we will move into level 2. And that pretty much sums up what we are going to use for the 2024-2025 school year. Now, just to go through and write down how much everything is and watch out for possible sales so that we can start buying and preparing for the next year. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. Also, if you have any leads on unit studies that I could use, by all means, please put them in the comments down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.